Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Events in Makati City, and that is the Pasinaya 2017, to be held from May 26 to 28 here in Barangay Bel Air. It's going to be 3 days of fun, shows, and community, including a very special fashion show featuring Philippine design legend Ben Farales and Zalora.com. You guys get to see some pieces from the show. Are you all excited? At this point, I'd like to call on the people leading this year's Pasinaya to come up front and take any seat behind me. For the past 14 years, Tita Opera Lopez, President, Women of Bel Air Foundation Incorporated. Pinky Uy, Baba Governor for Community Relations. Joey Camus, Baba Governor for Finance. And Tita Neren de Chauco, Barangay Capitana. I would also like to acknowledge the presence of the members of the Bel Air Village Association Board of Governors who are present. Governor Miguel Tan, Governor Cherry Pineda, and Governor Bong Resho. I'd also like to acknowledge the presence of the members of the Barangay Council who are here. Kagawad Cynthia Di Mayuga, Kagawad Eileen Jolicio, Cervantes, I'm sorry, that's right, it was wrong here. Kagawad Michelle Abelio. All right. The Pasinaya is a yearly celebration by the barangay that was conceptualized as a way to foster camaraderie and the community spirit amongst residents. It was the brainchild of the Barangay Bel Air captain, Ms. Constancia Nen Lichauco, whom you will all meet later. This year's Pasinaya is extra special, as it's not only a celebration of community spirit, but also the 60th anniversary of Bel Air Village, with this year's theme, Kumikina. Now, to get you more acquainted with Bel Air life, I'll be sharing with you some facts about the village throughout the press conference. Is that okay? Okay. So for our first Bel Air fact, did you guys know that Barangay Bel Air has had not only one, but two barangay captains with links to local showbiz? Wow, didn't expect that, did you? But it's true. And to make things more interesting, let's see if there are any true Pinoy showbiz aficionados here among the media and bloggers, with a couple of trivia questions. And the winners will each get a Zalora shopping bag and Rockwell movie tickets. Okay, is that incentive enough? So if you can answer the questions, run to the nearest microphone. Can we have this microphone? Maybe we can set it up over there. Run to the microphone and call out the answer. No Googling, okay? Ready? Here we go. Barangay Bel Air's first barangay captain was Marilu Cacho Soriano. That's her in the picture there. The question is, who was her famous spouse? Go.
Nestor B.
Thank you. That's the correct answer. Your name is? Thank you very much. And please get your Zalora shopping bag and movie tickets here. Congratulations. Okay, next question. Barangay, in 1980, a lady named Sigrid von Gies was elected barangay captain of Bel Air. The question is, by what name is she more popularly known? Go. Congratulations. Wow, box out pa talaga. Magaling ka siguro ako basketball. Yeah. So your name is? Congratulations and thank you for coming. Okay, so to recap, Barangay Bel Air's very first barangay captain was Marilu Cacho Soriano, and she is the widow of the late Filipino film legend Nestor de Villa, the Fred Astaire of the Philippines. And as Lali said, Sigrid von Gies, Barangay Bel Air captain in 1980, is best known by her screen name, Paraluman. So congratulations to the winners. And let's continue. But for today, it's not the stars of showbiz that shine, but Bel Air itself on its diamond anniversary. So to kick things off, we'd like to welcome the Governor for Community Affairs of the Bel Air Village Association, Ms. Pinky Uy, to give her remarks.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Mike. It is my pleasure and privilege to welcome all of you today to the press conference for Bel Air's 60th anniversary. A diamond anniversary is as rare and precious as the gem that represents it. It stands for strength for the many years that passed, and for brilliance for the many people and the many events that shaped and decorated the past. Founded on the 23rd of August 1957, Bel Air was the third village to be built in Makati, after Forbes Park and San Lorenzo Village. It was established mainly for the town pilots and also for the Air Force pilots because, another trivia, at that time, the commercial airport was nearby. It was Nielsen Airport. And do you know that Ayala Avenue and Paseo de Rojas were the runways at that time? And that Nielsen Tower, which still stands now, it's across Peninsula Hotel, was the control tower. Bel Air Village was then expanded into 4 phases, and 60 years later, the families of some of the original residents are still living here. And one of them is here with us right now, Mrs. Dean, over there. Hello, Tita. So 3 generations have lived, loved, and thrived in our village. Bel Air is truly one of a kind. I'm a resident, so I'm allowed to say that. It is an enclave that includes not only the homeowners, the tenants, but also the kasambahays, the drivers, our Bel Air, our Barangay Bel Air personnel, and the village association personnel. So everyone is embraced, and this is my experience as well. One just has to step into the community, and one is eagerly welcomed, and then you feel that you belong. And so join us this afternoon as we take you along down memory lane, and as we also show you what makes Bel Air a village like no other. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Uy. So to pick up on that fun fact that she mentioned, when the village was still being conceptualized, Ayala Corporation asked the residents to come up with a name for it. The only stipulation, since the village was comprised mostly of pilots from Philippine Airlines, the name had to include the word air. Captain Tony O'Brien, husband of Paraluman, submitted the name the residents came up with, Bel Air. Now I'm sure you want to know more about Bel Air and Pasinaya. So just to give you a background, please watch this video. Bel Air Governor for Finance, Mr. Joey Camus.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon and welcome to the Bel Air residents and the members of the press. Like many families that have lived in Bel Air for many years, my family has lived in Bel Air for over 50 years. 4 of my 6 siblings and our mother still live in the village. If the first wave of residents were in the late 50s, were Philippine airline pilots, in 1965, the new wave of residents belonged to the executives from companies relocating in the new Ayala Avenue addresses. Bank executives, partners of SGB, lawyers, and even expatriates who had transferred to the Philippines. My family has seen the growth and development of Bel Air Village, and over the years, we've all participated in the activities of the community. In the mid-60s, when the pasinaya was only a Flores de Mayo, I can still recall my role as an awkward Constantino for the Reina Elena. As most long-time residents here can attest, serving in the Bel Air Village Association Board is a rewarding experience, albeit thankless, and they don't pay you anything. Of course, it is my honor and privilege to serve as a member of the Board of Governors of this beloved village. I'd like to think that one of the major achievements of the Bel Air Village Association over these past 60 years has been to cultivate Bel Air as one of the most enviable communities in the country. We've successfully fostered a sense of belonging among the residents, both old and new. With the tireless efforts of the association governors over the past years, we've been able to develop and maintain a dynamic and progressive set of policies and activities that have ensured a secure, safe, and dynamic neighborhood that our families truly appreciate. In the past decade or so, Bel Air Village Association, with its implementing arm, the untiring and ever-resourceful Women of Bel Air Foundation, and the youth groups have successfully organized and mounted projects such as the Saturday Community Market in Salcedo Village, the Concert in the Park series. What started out as simple projects to enliven the community has now become a yearly calendar event that serves not just Bel Air and the Salcedo villages, but all of Makati. I believe this is another testament to working together as a family-centered community. As the Bel Air residents look forward to another 60 years, the Bel Air Village Association commits to nurturing the values, family-centeredness, community, cooperation, dynamism that have made this village one of the best in the country. Mabuhay, Bel Air. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Camus. It's always good to look back on the past 60 years of Bel Air. And so that you guys can continue learning about the village, it's time for another Bel Air fun fact. When you know something is conceptualized by a national artist, of course you come and visit it. Well, right here in Bel Air, our parish church has had not just one, but 2 national artists take a huge part in its creation. So let's have another trivia question with the same prize as the first round. Which 2 national artists were involved in the design of the parish? Where's the mic? Where's the mic? Bloggers only. Bloggers and media only. Sorry, Tita Alice. Very good, very good. What's your name? Thank you very much for coming. Congratulations. Yes, that's right. St. Andrew the Apostle Parish in Bel Air 2 was designed by national artist for architecture Leandro Locsin in 1968. The unique shape was inspired by the X-shaped cross on which the Apostle, St. Andrew, was crucified. Meanwhile, the copper cross that hangs above the altar of the church was created by national artist for visual art Vicente Manansala. It goes to show that you needn't go so far from home to find great artists' work. Now we'd like to welcome the woman behind Pasinaya and the one who's making the barangay run ever so smoothly. She's been the barangay captain of Bel Air almost non-stop since 1989. Let's please all welcome Mrs. Constancia Nene Duchado.
One, I'm very happy to welcome you all. It's always there, it's always there. I'm very happy to welcome you there, barangay, in this very beloved village where I'm very proud resident for 43 years. I've raised 5 children here, and they're raising their families also here. And seeing them grow in a community, I have devoted a good 40 years of my life serving as barangay captain and Baba president and governor. I guess devotion is the word I can use to describe for the love of service in the community. Together with the barangay council members, the Baba board of governors, and of course the women of Bel Air, we endeavor to build a family-centered community. Safe, secure, progressive, and always ready to help each other. I'm proud to say that this is the way of life we have in Bel Air, nurtured over the past 60 years, and have expanded outside the gates of our village, and have positively impacted the whole barangay Bel Air. Where else can you find a barangay as easy, with so many activities, so many participants, and so many volunteers like our village, including inter-village tournaments for the young, cultural, and other social projects. The GK Bel Air, where we have raised funds for 50 houses in Aklan, and begun ongoing developments in Aklan. We have also our ongoing disaster preparedness, which started 2 years ago. And we have equipped barangay to respond and the residents to cope up with the disaster, which we hope will not come the big one. Ikabalikan sa tahanan for the household helpers, which we have been running for almost 25 years. This is the only program in the country run by residents focused on helping kasambahay, drivers, gardeners, helpers to develop skills and to improve their lives. And most especially, our pride and joy, the pasinaya, with dancers from age 3 years old to 93. My dream for Bel Air resident and for Bel Air that is, we will always be the #1 community. #1 not only in the financial resources, but more importantly, #1 in human resources, which, because of its unity and community involvement. With the barangay, the village association, the Women of Bel Air Foundation, and the Makati Commercial Estate Association for the Salcedo Village, all cooperating to take care of the less fortunate, the persons with disability, and most especially the household help. That was my dream when I first became active here in Bel Air. It is a legacy I hope to leave behind, and I hope the future leaders of Bel Air will always remember this as their guiding principle. Thank you for coming.
For a sneak preview of the collaboration between Mr. Ben Farales and Zalora, but I'm going to have to prolong the suspense for a bit with another Bel Air fun fact. One aspect of community service that Bel Air has down pat is cleanliness, which is why after 8 consecutive wins as the cleanest and greenest barangay in Makati, the city government inducted Barangay Bel Air into the Makati Clean and Green Hall of Fame in 2005. It goes to show what a little community effort can do. And now we're going to give you an exclusive sneak preview of the Ben Farales and Zalora fashion show that will take place during Pasinaya 2017. Mr. Ben Farales, of course, is a living icon of Philippine fashion. A Bel Air resident, he was the first Filipino designer to have a show at the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. Best known for his Muslim-inspired creations, he is sought after by clients here and abroad for his rich array of colors and use of indigenous material. Zalora.com is one of the leading online fashion stores in Southeast Asia. Zalora co-founder and managing director, Paulo Campos, is also a Bel Air resident. And now finally, here's a sneak peek into their collaboration. And in case you didn't know, all the models are third-generation residents of Bel Air, as will be all of the other performers of Pasinaya. Well, residents of Bel Air in general. So are you guys ready for one last Bel Air fun fact? Since we're talking about the Pasinaya, it seems to already be woven into the fabric of living in Bel Air. However, not a lot of people know that it was launched just in 1993. Current Barangay Chairman Nela Chauco created the event to help promote camaraderie and the community spirit among Bel Air residents. In that short span of time, Pasinaya has become one of the most awaited events in the Bel Air calendar. Now, before we go to the open forum, we'd like to acknowledge, in behalf of the Barangay Bel Air, Baba, and Woba, we would like to thank all our pioneer residents who are present here. The families of the representatives of the families who have been here since the beginning. Thank you very much for coming. And now we will proceed to the open forum. We'd like to open the floor for questions from our media friends. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate.
The creative process and how you plan it, how long do you plan it, and for the past years, how's the reception with the Bel Air community and other guests from the outside barangays?
It's a process that begins, it takes on a life of its own, like most creative processes. It really takes on a whole life of its own. We've been extremely fortunate, the creative team that always does this show, that has been doing this show for the past 15 years. It's really fortunate that we're given quite a free hand to make suggestions. It's really collaborative. because you can. I'm not a resident of Bel Air, so I've never thought of coming here to impose anything. I live in Quezon City. But we come here every year, Tita Nena asks us, what do you want to do? And then we just throw an idea on the table. And then and that's basically, a lot of it grows during rehearsal with the participants. A lot of it grows with the people who are actually participating. And that's one of the nice things about the shows, because you know you're not here to do a show. You know you're not here to do a professional show. It's deeper than that. It's much more than that. It's been said again to the press, it really is all about community. And so you factor those little things in. What can the more mature members do? What can the younger kids do? It's really tailor-made for them. It's not at all about one person's vision at all. It's really, we take our cue from the fact it's a community activity, it's a community exercise, therefore the star has to be the community. So every step of the way, we just suggest, mold, refine, but the ultimate goal really to let the members and the participants shine. That's why it's very different. It's been part of my calendar for the past, how many? 14 years now. It's been part of my calendar, mercifully part of my calendar. Part of the calendar of the choreographers of Whiplash, people we brought in. It's become, we are flattered to become part of this wonderful community. That's basically what the word is. Thank you.
Hello and good afternoon. My name is Macy Santos. I would like to direct my question to Kapitana Nene.
Go ahead.
Tita, what would be the theme for this year, and what is the participation of women of Bel Air in this Pasinaya Fiesta?
Okay, our theme today, this year, is kumikinang-kinang, which means the diamond is kumikinang-kinang, because we're in our diamond year, 60 years. And the women of Bel Air, actually, the history is, these ladies were former members of the ladies' committee. All our social activities are conceptualized by them, prepared by them, and they do everything. So since we have to do many official functions, they asked us to make a formal group instead of ladies' committee. So we formed that group of women of Bel Air, incorporated it, set to registered and everything. So they became official as women of Bel Air and created the social arm of both the barangay and the association.
Thank you very much, and happy anniversary.
Thank you. You are now senior, 60 years old.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Nanny Flores. I would just like to ask, will Zalora be selling the collection online on their website, the Ben Perales collection?
Okay, Manit, can you answer that?
No, Zalora will be selling their latest collection only. What they will be showcasing will be their latest collection. But Ben Perales, we just really want to give a tribute to somebody who's been with us, really helping us, and that's no less than Mang Ben. Unfortunately, he can't be here today. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Hello. Is there any connection between the Zalora collection and Mang Ben's clothes? Is the collection inspired by Mang Ben's clothes?
What's Zalora and Mang Ben? Mang Ben is from here, and the managing director of Zalora is also from here. That makes it, we're just so proud of them. Paulo Campos, who is the managing director, is, I think, less than 30 years old. I think, or about 30 years old. The youngest and most dynamic person that's running Zalora now. So we're so proud of them. That's why we thought of doing a tribute and giving them the chance to be part of the Pasinaya this year. Did I answer your question?
These people now sitting beside you are the dancers. And believe it or not, they always say they don't know how to dance, they have two left feet. Don't believe them. They have two left feet dancing.